So, movie number 1 of 2013 that I saw. Unfortunately, it had to suck. So before I start off this video, I'm going to be wearing this now to get better audio for you guys. So the first movie I saw this year, unfortunately, as you can already tell, I did not enjoy this movie. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, starring Jeremy Renner, Gemma Arterton, and a bunch of other guys that I just don't care about. This movie I hated. I hated nearly every single second of this movie. This movie was so idiotic, so poorly written, so horribly directed, and it was just so stupid that to the point where halfway through this movie, I was gonna leave. This was one of the closest times I've ever come to leaving. I've left the movie theater once, but that's a different story. I went into the theater, I was like, you know what? I really like Jeremy Renner. He just came off an Oscar win in Hurt Locker and an Oscar nod. And for the Hurt Locker performance, I think he's pretty good. And I personally like Gemma Arterton as an actress. She's been good in other movies. So I was genuinely excited to this. The plot of this, absurd. They have these guns that we don't even have in real time right now. That's just so beyond its time that you have to be a moron to actually believe any of this. It is so stupid. The script, the screenplay is so poorly written, so poorly executed. I don't understand how this was made a movie. So the plot is Jeremy Renner plays Hansel and Gemma Arterton plays Gretel, and they're captured in like the Hansel and Gretel story, except they kill the witch, or they do kill the witch, but then they go on to be witch hunters, and that's the whole point of the story. They kill witches, not cool witches, the really bad witches. And the witches, I don't even know the main actress's name. They were really bad in this movie. I'm sorry, they were just so unbelievably boring. Not really unbelievable boring, but unbelievably unrealistic. I know they're witches, but this movie was just so hard to get into and so hard to actually buy and pay attention. That took me out of every scene in this. The directing, I'll give it props. The one good thing is this movie looks pretty good. The directing's actually not that bad. I might have mentioned it sucked before, but it actually was that bad. It was the one good thing about this movie. There's also this other side plot where Jeremy Renner has diabetes. They mention it like once in the movie, and then when you think like every 2 hours he has to inject himself, oh, he doesn't. Oh, he's fine. Okay, I guess he can live then. Until like the very end where it really matters. So nothing about this movie really worked for me. It wasn't realistic. There's also this really side kid who's supposed to be a comic relief, but he just annoyed the crap out of me. His character was so stupid. Every single character in this movie is so idiotic and just so dumb. And of course there has to be the romance, and of course there has to be the tragic cliche romance, death, whatever. It was so poor. And there's a troll in this movie, like a stupid troll that talks and helps them. That's not a spoiler. That's probably a spoiler. This movie came out in January. It was really bad. That's all I have to say. So Hansel and Gretel, I'm going to give a D-. The only really good thing about this movie is the directing and the way it looks, the way it is directed, but that's not enough to just come back of how stupid this movie is. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you feel like it. Sorry for this rant. I hated this movie. Alright, I'm out. Peace.